We are back. Everyone needs an Aquarius. We are back. We are back. Dom, how are you doing?
I'm good. Tired. Honestly, kind of unmotivated, but motivatedly unmotivated.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Yesterday I ended up being on set like all day, and that
Well,
was like
can you tell people what it was about or no?
it's a potential. It's a pilot, and
Okay.
so I
No
don't.
reason to say
Yeah,
no more. Just it was a
yeah,
fact.
and so yeah, so it was that, and so it was a lot of fun though, like just being in my element, hanging out with amazing people. And today I am just tired and drained from being on set, and then just not sleeping good the night before.
You got a
But
significant role in this? Pretty significant
no, no,
role?
no, 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 like I have a line. And then one of my
That's better
lines
than some people.
is better than nothing, right? I'm so grateful because like they added it in. But then like
Okay.
one of my lines I didn't get to get off because the girl that is one of the main characters like busted in too early, and because it was getting down to the wire we couldn't do a reshoot. But I didn't know that my ass, like, you be thinking stuff and you say shit aloud. Yeah, I did
Mm-hmm.
that. I was like, fuck, I didn't get to get my line off, like, my other line. And then I was like, fuck. And then I'm like, but it is what it is. I don't even care. But then I feel like it was like a little hateration happening.
Okay.
But that's me though.
That's just but it felt that it felt a little bit of hate, in the blood.
Yeah, a little bit of hateration. But other than that, I'm good. Today's the 20th anniversary of one of my best friends, like my cousin getting killed. So it's like also just a reflective
Yeah.
day.
Somber.
So yeah, like I'm like, damn, time really be going by like so
How long has he been passed away?
20 years today.
Okay.
And so it's interesting because like we think about muscle memory and what your mind unconsciously does. And so I was like, oh, why do I feel like extra happy? Like I know I'm tired, I know I didn't sleep good the night before. I thought I had the cyclops thing, and
What's the Cyclops thing?
that thing with the lettuce and shit, but I ain't had no lettuce.
Oh.
um but yeah, so it was that. And then just thinking about just I'm just like August is just always an interesting month. um yeah, because then like my mom died. My One of my best friends when I was in high school, like a really friend of mine, he passed away. My grandma died. I just like, damn, August be trying to really take a nigga out. But like just reflective and trying to have positive thoughts about stuff. So yeah, that's all you could do is push forward. But how are
Yeah.
you?
I'm good, man. Xander had one of her first friendlies this week. We're back in full soccer. Her
Yeah.
coach is really liking her, so she's finna go play on the U14 team as you can guest star on older teams. So she's going to be playing for the older team this weekend.
Okay.
Um, so she's doing our, she saying we taking her time. I'm like, we in the middle of the season, but you know her. And she's like, I have my own schedule. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have your own schedule. You don't have your- She's like,
Niggas
you're
be
not gonna ask
funny.
me before you tell him that I was gonna do it. I was like, no, I told him he was gonna do it when he asked. That's it. Plain and simple. There's opportunity for you. So I'm proud of her, man. Her just you may not know or anyone that knows. So US Soccer changed their model the where soccer is going because
Okay.
before it was by the year you were born. So Xander being born at the end of the year, towards the end of the year, was on a team. She's going to be a seventh grader, but she was on teams with she was on team with eighth graders too. A lot of eighth graders, so older
Okay.
girls, body type wise. So they changed it this year. US Soccer changed their model by grade you're in. So she basically playing the same. She's not playing the same level again, but she's playing with some kids that are 2014 kids, not 2013 kids. So, but they're in the seventh grade with her.
Okay. Okay.
But you can see how much her playing with them older girls made her
Really
play better overall going long term because she's doing stuff that, and those girls aren't bad. It's just you can just tell she's played this level
at a higher
this
level.
longer and everything. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why her coach is pulling her up to play in 2014. I mean, 20 with the 2013, 2012 girls because she already played against a lot of those girls. So
Okay.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Well, go Xander.
Yeah. Shout out to the Panda Bear. All right, Dom. They've been listening to too many songs about bricks. They talk about how I do our community, but at Penn State, they pushing weight, and we ain't talking about a little bit of weight. We talking about weight. When somebody saying like when Rick Ross says, I know I push 100 kilos, and I know Manuel Noriega, they might really know this cat the way they was pushing weight in there.
Look, when I saw this, I saw bricks.
Yes.
Oh,
like, at first I was like, oh, they got caught some drugs. Why is that even on a news story? And then I watched, and then I watched, and I was like, oh, okay, they really pushing weight. The feds is on them, so here we go.
I'm Attorney General Dave Sunday, and we're here in State College today to announce charges against more than a dozen individuals in connection with a drug trafficking operation revolving around a pair of fraternities for Penn State University students. All but one of the charged defendants were Penn State University students at or around the time of this alleged criminal conduct. These charges were the result of a long-term investigation between the Office of Attorney General, Bureau of Narcotics Investigation, State College Police Department, and a pair of statewide investigating grand juries impaneled by my office. What we learned during this investigation was that between 2023 and 2024, large amounts of cocaine, kilos, were brought from Philadelphia and New York to State College, where they were cut and packaged for sale primarily to Penn State students. The two main dealers, the top of the chain, if you will, were senior members of the Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi fraternities. Agostino Abatiello was at the very top of the chain. Thomas Robinson was a rung below that on the ladder. And this poster here shows Operation Drugs Unlimited, and it shows the hierarchy of the organization. The evidence presented.
Oh, let me pause this. The way that the feds name their operations are funny. Drugs Unlimited is the name of this one. I'm a little finished.
To the grand jury led to a recent presentment and recommendation of charges against 14 defendants. The evidence showed that cocaine was primarily packaged at the fraternity houses and that packaging was done by fraternity brothers and oftentimes pledges. In fact, we found a pattern of events that showed cutting and bagging cocaine was, for some pledges, an indoctrination into the Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi fraternities. Before I get into further details on the investigation and conduct, let me tell you about the charges. And I want to emphasize that all of these individuals are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. Agostino Abatiello, Thomas Robinson, and two others, Mohammed Harabi and Lars Ziepvat, are charged with felony corrupt organizations because this was a coordinated and organized cocaine trafficking.
Dom's got her hand raised. Go ahead.
Okay, so I love how these are Anglo-Saxons
and one it's like one Middle Eastern looking brother.
Okay, yes, I do remember that. But still, not niggas. That's what we say.
No.
Not niggas.
No. We don't get it. I want to hear all the charges. I want to hear all these charges.
But I love how he said everybody is, presumed innocent until proven guilty. They don't never say that shit when it come to nigga shit. They be like, these niggas did it. They did it.
Operation with regular trips to those source cities and large amounts of cocaine being brought back to these fraternities. They are also charged with conspiracy, dealing in proceeds of unlawful activity, and related offenses. A fifth person, Robert Zanola, is charged with felony conspiracy and criminal use of communication facility.
So that last person was a parent.
Yes.
That last person is a parent. So y'all got everything that's going on with this case. I have to say, Penn State is crazy work right now, because before they were pedo state with the situation with Jerry Sandusky, and now they brick state. This is like what it's like one of those movies. This is like a 24 Jump Street. This is 24 Jump Street, the plot. Where they go undercover in the fraternity and go pledge and find out that they slanging.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I got one question.
Go.
Nigga, was they bagging up cocaine? How they was bagging up cocaine in New Jack City? Was it like that in a room? Or like, somewhere house or something, bagging up shit to make sure nobody was stealing? Because they was also, they had to, them the niggas that definitely be doing, a bump here and there,
Yeah, and that's all. There's a lot of schools, not just this school.
I just want to know, like, did it when they got busted? Was it like that? What that?
No, this is a 23, 2024. So and they were seniors then. They got regular jobs and stuff now. They thought, man, I was getting paid. He probably telling some girl comments, man, I was moving weight, and nobody believed him at his job when he was telling stories when he was drunk.
Do you think that somebody, the person that probably snitched is the person that likely, you online? Now I'm not heavy into Greek life. Like I know that there's like a vetting period, and then
white Greek life is different than black Greek life, so it's a different practice.
And so, yeah, because them I mean, people still be hating people. We don't talk about that enough.
Yeah,
it's dangerous. But I was gonna say, okay, so there's the vetting process where you kind of scout people, or people show up to the meeting, all this stuff, recruit, and then you go online. Now, if you are online, does that mean that you will actually cross? Like, I don't think that's true, correct?
White fraternity is a little bit different. There is probably more than likely you will in white one, because they ain't gonna let you even pledge in general unless they're gonna let you through most of the time. Now, because I thought about that as it's somebody that dropped and then snitched. I'm going to take it even deeper. It's somebody that got jammed up for something else some years later.
Okay.
Because this is 2023, 2024. We in 2026. They didn't say that they were still doing it. I wonder
probably still doing it.
Okay, yeah, but I'm just saying
they was probably able to fall under the radar, but it's probably, like you said, somebody could have got jammed up and it was like, oh well, in exchange for this I can give you this.
Yeah, like, did you know that they were slinging at Penn State at Sigma Chi?
Yeah.
We did.
And I can tell you something real stupid. Somebody probably got drunk at a bar. And somebody heard, and you could have been talking, you met somebody at a bar, you drunk, y'all sharing beers, you went after work one day, you had a hard day, and then you just start getting drunk and talking about shit and re-examining your life.
Or the only other thing is
really be getting caught because they be drunk.
Now, the only other thing I'm thinking about is if somebody that was presently in the fraternity got jammed, that's there now, and they weren't selling it like they were like bricks wise, like the same situation. But it's like, well, so when did y'all start? We started in 2023. And it's like, oh, really? Yeah, it was such because I'm just saying, let's say it's a senior now, but they were seniors then. They were freshmen pledging then bagging up.
Right.
It's like and maybe they weren't doing it as big, but they were doing it a little bit still. And that one of those guys got jammed up. It's something like that, though. Somebody that it wasn't a pledge. I think it's somebody that was actually in the fraternity or someone that got them jammed up.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it was so long ago, unless they had been investigating it for a long time. Now, that's the only other thing is that unless someone, in your analogy, told back in 2023, 2022,
and they've been following,
and they were investigating it for all that year. But I'm just wondering why it took them 2 years to get up on them. Because the thing with college, though, I'm not going to be there no more doing it. So
yeah,
you're not going to be able to get me. They must have had stuff on them back in 2023, 2024. Unless they only got testimony. I'm interested in this though. Now this is a movie.
Oh yeah,
this Brick State, baby, Brick State, and then I got a little bit of beef with Penn State because they took my college's football coach. So I was just all smiles. I was like, oh yeah, Penn State to Brick State. Let me do a little quick, little AEO search. I wanted to see how did they get caught up. So let's see what it says here. Let's see. Damn, they ain't got no answer for you.
No, this is wild. Like, I mean, 2026 just keep getting wilder and wilder, man. But this is a cool wild, right? Like, I
Oh,
can
the dude, hey, the dude that got jammed up, he thought it was a prank when he got arrested.
okay.
The ringleader. They came to his job.
Damn. Bro, did they say where he was working?
That's nah, man. It's behind a paywall. Fuck.
Damn.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's CBS News giving us all we need to know. They're gonna, yeah, and I can get through. Okay. All right, let's see. So it's 2023, 24. It's like 11, 12 different dudes. Paul Robinson is the father. Thomas Robinson is charged with tampering, hindering apprehension for taking steps to conceal the evidence and obstructing the investigation. He is an attorney. Oh, he's an attorney at Meyer, Darwar, Buckler, Bucher, and Elk, a law firm in Pittsburgh. His dad was on it. Was trying to cover up. So now it makes me think, how much was he involved? So, or he knew about that they was finna get jammed up for a minute. He knew. So it says within 14. So yeah, they're not giving the details. Details are like, I want to know, like, how did y'all even get to this point to even know that they was doing this?
We gonna be on the case like this is
Yeah.
We own the case
because it doesn't make sense of like
we'll have an update next week. Let me tell you.
Yeah, because you understand what I'm saying, Dom? Like,
the case.
You would think they were continuously doing it and they got caught. This is a charge 3 years ago you getting me on. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. We love that word here. Allegedly.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. I got some more here now. It says court documents of 2024 from 2024 reveal more about what led to the arrest of the two leaders of the suspected cocaine trafficking ring at Penn State. Thomas Robinson, a leading member of the alleged trafficking scheme, primarily out of Delta Epsilon and Sigma Chi Fraternity. So it's two different frats working together too. Keep that in mind.
Right. That's what I was gonna say.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta think they would. Oh, this is. I was arrested. Oh, he got arrested in December 2024.
You know, we keep that white girl, Christina Aguilera, which takes me back to finding them crack rocks, right? Because that's what I was hoping was on that burnt Jeezy case. But I mean, I know that's USDA, but you know, that's all Jeezy. But it just made me think of that. Y'all, it's stories on my Instagram if you want to know.
Oh, Dom. Okay. So Thomas Robinson, dumbass, a leading member he's the one that snitched, I think. Leading a member of alleged trafficking scheme, primarily out of Delta, was arrested in December 2024 after selling cocaine to a confidential informant 6 times between September 2024 and December 2024, according to the grand jury report released by the Pennsylvania office. According to the criminal complaint, when Robinson was arrested in his room at Delta Upside Fraternity, he thought his fraternity brothers were playing a prank on him. The detective said Robinson repeatedly told officers, "I'm going to fuck you up," before he was then tasered and placed in handcuffs. He was then escorted out of the home, at which point he told officers he thought it was a prank, according to a criminal complaint. So he's basically trying to say it was that there was police brutality. It looked like investigators found 220-gram bag of marijuana, pill bottles, drug paraphernalia, a Kimber 45 handgun inside a safe, and magazine that contained 7 rounds of ammunition, amongst other things. Frat brothers accepted money on Venmo. Arrest helps bring down alleged ringleader. According to the grand report, after Thomason was arrested, he told law enforcement that Agostino was his source for the cocaine. There we go. Thomas Robinson is the one that snitched. The state attorney general also described the two as the main suppliers. Thomas Agostino was the 2 former students allegedly made regular trips from Pittsburgh, Philadelphia to New York. So Thomas got jammed up. His daddy was trying to get him out of it, it looks like. They didn't have nothing else they could do because he couldn't get him out of it. So he had to snitch. That's what it's looking like. So he sold a contradiction. So really, this makes it even crazier, Dom. Because that means that I've been sitting there knowing my boy got jammed up and just waiting for this shit to happen now. Because they arrested him in December 2024. And he might have been telling me, I ain't going to say nothing, dog. My dad got this. He got it. Don't worry. I ain't saying nothing. My dad's working on it. We good. And when all that stuff got exacerbated or got, dried up with all those possibilities, he just went to snitching. I'm telling you, this is what's got to happen. Because they didn't have all the drugs. It was just the drugs that he was selling that he had on him.
Damn.
This is wild. We're gonna come with some more updates though. We gonna have to keep y'all informed on this. Let's where do we want to go? Where I want to go. Oh, it's time for that. It's that time, Dom. Since we here, it's that time. If you've been a long-term listener, you know this section of the show. It's been going on for at least 3 years now. And here we go. Yeah. Surviving Diddy. What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the Game never leaves G-Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Is. All right, Surviving Diddy, volume, I don't know. Now we are in the Keefe D trial, which is an amazing trial. I watched the little recaps, like 20-30 minute recaps online. So the first day, the defense attorney, I'm just going to give y'all some backs before we go into the Mob James of this. It's as you see in the title, if you've seen it. All right. So the first day, defense attorney comes in and was like, do we even know that Keefe D was even in Las Vegas? Have y'all thought about that? And I was like, I didn't even think of that either. It's a great defense. Do we have proof that Keefe D was even in Las Vegas? Do we have cameras? Do we have a ticket for him being at the Mike Tyson fight? He went through all that. And I was like, we surely don't know if he was there for real. But we know he was there for real. So that was just funny. I think day 1 and day 2. So I believe this is day 3. Mob James, reputed Pyru member, also a friend or ex-friend of Suge Knight. Him and Southside Crips, which is with Keefe is there long, not friends. And he was subpoenaed to testify. I want to give a shout out to one of our homies that hopefully, man, if you see this, you know who it is. Our St. Louis affiliate on the streets. Not on the streets. He's not a street dude. Why'd I say that about you, man? My guy, I can't remember his name now. Why am I losing him? Gene Dill. If you see this, Gene, you got to come on to everyone needs an Aquarius. He came out and said that the attorney hollered at him, and he was like, "You don't know this, and this, then you don't need me." To the defense attorney, and he said that he wouldn't even go. He wouldn't tell on neither one. Talk about it in period in general. They're gonna have to lock him up. That's what he said. That he is not gonna testify. Period. For either side, because he don't want none of this. But Mob James, they made him testify, and he basically went up on the stand. I ain't snitching on nobody. I don't know why y'all got me here. So we've been going to small little snippets of his testimony. Hilarious. But here we go. Mob James testifying in court. Hold on. Where's Mob James? Oh, hold on, y'all.
Describe that for us when you went back in terms of what kind of tension we're talking about?
You sure you want me to answer that?
I don't know. Is it going to be graphic?
No, I ain't gonna. I got raised a word in it, but you asked me a question. I don't. And what I explained to them, I don't want to send him to prison.
Sure.
Even though we don't like each other.
Sure.
I don't want to send you to prison. So that's why I'm here where I'm at and where I am, because I've changed my life. I'm raising my grandkids, teaching them never to be like their papa. And here I am explaining to people what I used to be. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all. And you asking me questions that can hurt him. And like I told them, I'm trying to avoid to answer the questions that they might look at me and say, something is wrong.
Well, let me put this way. Let me help you out with this.
Hey.
So these people right here, what they want to know from you is, did you see who shot Tupac?
I told you no.
Correct. So outside of that question, right? The next question I'm asking you is, when you went back to Compton, was it like a Southside Crip that shoots a Pyro Blood, and then a Pyro Blood shoots a Southside Crip? Is that the tension that we're talking about?
Do I answer this?
That's a straightforward question. It's a yes or no answer.
Okay.
Did you see that?
When I was a part of that life, I was a part of that. And I was no, because you asking something that's gonna hurt this dude. And when okay, let me stop.
And once again, I want to.
When we got back to Compton,
Okay.
it was a gang war. People were getting hurt.
Okay.
People was being sought. People were looking for certain individuals from his neighborhood,
Okay.
as well they did mine. But Orlando, him, and certain other people were being sought because people wanted to kill them.
Sure.
Boy, Mob James. Like
I can respect his answers, because I can see, like, I'm a changed man. We don't like each other. I don't got that much rancor or hate toward this person to do something that can incriminate them. But I will say this: this has nothing. This is Keefe D's fault.
okay, go
He's
in.
this situation, because when we talk about people needing to grow up, clout, all these things, he's here because of some of his actions in the recent years. Like we talked about the whole thing, him having this tape or whatever the case may be. We've
Him knowing about the Biggie murder and Diddy paying him.
When y'all gonna learn this clout chasing that y'all do? It always catches up to you, and it's never ever good. Had you shut the fuck up, you could have lived out your days doing whatever the fuck it is that you do. But sometimes karma just catches up to you, and though certain situations might not be warranted, but you did some shit, and now here we are. So they gonna get you for something. They might not be able to get you on Tupac or Biggie.
Yeah, look, they were. I mean, even further, they were asking him about Diddy stuff and like it's a mess.
I want to say this. I want to say this. Since we've been following this case since the pre-inception of Surviving Diddy, and we've been talking about Keefe D several years ago on the show, there's been one thing that you've been very adamant about here, Daryl Frierson, and that is all of this stems from Sean Puffy Combs putting out, hey, I will give you $10,000 if you get me
a death row chain.
It all starts there. And if we can take it back to the beginning, this starts everything. This starts the war. By now we know that what happens at the studio that night that Tupac gets robbed in New York. Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious Blige, was very adamant that he and his people had nothing to do with this. But it starts a war, the beginning. And then you have Sean Puffy Combs incite a riot. So while people can feel a certain type of way about him being, charged with certain things, and they couldn't catch him up on everything regarding the case surrounding Cassie and the trafficking and kidnapping and domestic violence, but we can take this back to this very moment. And just like I said about Keefe D, karma catches up to you. It might
Fast.
not look like what you expect, and sometimes it's not fast. For Keefe D, it was fast.
Oh no.
But for Sherlock Holmes, it's definitely decades
Yeah.
building up and
Yeah.
leading to this very moment. And so I wanna dive into a thread that I found on Threads,
Go ahead.
where people in Los Angeles have all chimed in on this case because you mentioned Orlando.
Mhm.
And so there was a thread that was sent out the other
Orlando
day.
Anderson, the alleged killer of
Yes, the
Tupac.
alleged. So we'll get there if people didn't know. So we're gonna start with this tweet that says, I'm not snitching on people, so I ain't saying his name. But I guess I can. I'm a journalist, so I can give my
Yeah.
source. I want to go to his name's James J. Robinson, and he said, I was raised on the south side of Compton. I assure you, we've always known who killed Tupac. And there's a flood of actually 493 tweets that come in on this thread. And they say the way people in Compton, California knew who killed Pac, the same way people in Newark, New Jersey knew who killed Malcolm X. And so somebody even responded and said, nigga, people in Newark knew who killed Pac too. And so it goes on to say Orlando Anderson is the person that killed Pac, and that the authorities were aware of this, but they never fully investigated it. But ultimately, Orlando Anderson was murdered 2 years later after Pac's death. And so
At a car
uh,
wash. Of all things.
you say what?
At a car wash of all things.
And they said Snoop said it before, DJ Quick said it before, even the game said it in a song before. And so they said it's a shame that they ran into Orlando Anderson that night and jumped him. And so they're talking about the infamous brawl that partook at the MGM in Las Vegas. And so from him getting jumped because of Puffy inciting a riot for $10,000, which led to Pac getting killed. Yes.
Dirty game, boy.
I wonder. No, and we spoke about this because Puffy never fully paid the money.
No, that was the whole thing. That was the whole thing to where Keefe D was coming out talking about it because Diddy never paid the money. Or allegedly, the other side of it, people believe is there was an intermediary dude named Zip. His last, I forget his last name, Von something. And now supposedly Diddy claimed he gave him the money, but he didn't give it to Keefe D and them. That's the ongoing theory. Or the Diddy never paid it. Is more likely I'm going with the Diddy never paid it than anything.
Yes.
You look at his track record of not paying people.
And then someone even says Chicago here, and we've known too. Police knew, but I'm assuming there was not enough evidence and people didn't snitch back then. My question is, why would Keefe D put this in his book?
Why did he put it in his book? In his book, y'all. He's got it in a book.
Yep.
He brought all this on himself. He got it in a book.
And someone said this. Common sense will tell you Orlando killed Pac. The real question is who killed Big. I know it's easy to say Suge, but I've heard it was from somebody from Harlem who isn't Puff name get mentioned.
Now that's now that one. I think that one's way more dicier. The Big situation. That one is way more. A lot more tentacles in that one. But this, I mean, what I forgot who was. Maybe it was Suge Knight. Suge Knight be just talking shit. But he said that if you solve the Tupac murder, you'll solve the Biggie murder. That's what he claims. So I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes Suge be talking in circles, and he likes the attention. Sometimes, it's Suge.
Yeah.
I don't want no beef with you, Suge. I know you when you get out. Let me see when you get out. Let's see.
He said, "Wait, when he get out?" We said allegedly. We always this show.
Yeah, allegedly. But I don't. Oh, he got 28 years. So let me see. He went in and wow. Oh shit. He up for parole in 2034.
Oh damn.
That's just
They
8
probably
years.
not gonna let him out. They probably not gonna let him out.
Okay, his earliest release date is is minimum the minimum. So he asked they have to let him go off of parole 2034, but he can maybe get it in 2031. They probably not, because he was already a felon. He's already got all this other stuff on his jacket. A man got murdered, you ran over, and another man was attempted murder. There's a lot.
And you know what? I wonder in that moment when he ran that man over, but then you know what, the video showed otherwise. So never mind. Because I was gonna say, I wonder if he was actually trying to bag up.
That's what he claims.
And then I forgot what the whole thing with that. And
yeah, but it was like one of his own friends he killed. The man, it was like his own boy. So it's like, and it's all over the movie Training Day. What was it? Training Day?
They was filming.
What movie was it? They was filming
Straight Outta Compton.
That's it. There we go. All right, it wasn't Training. I don't know why Training Day, because the other dude that was hit was in Training Day. Bone. He was the one that was the main dude of all the Bloods at the end that was like, you can't do nothing. That's why I got it confused. But his name is Bone. But yes, it was Straight Outta Compton, because he was trying to come on the set talking about when he want to see what it's looking like. I wonder if he regrets that. Like, man, why did I even show my black ass up there?
I could do anything for clout. What Offset say? That's what he said.
All right, hold on. Since we talking about clout, your boy Jacquees, you brought this to the front of the congregation. Do you want me just to play it, or you want to set it up?
Let's play the video, and then we can.
Jacquees, he reputed king of R&B, as he claims himself to be. I believe that's what put him on his radar for me, is when he claimed that he was the king of R&B. And here he goes.
That nigga got on Cam Newton podcast, and they was asking Cam Newton asked him like who can sing and who can sing, or some dumbass shit like that.
Right.
And then bro was like, "Can Jacquees sing? Can he sing some shit?" He was like, "I mean, he can sing. I mean, he can't sing."
Jacquees.
He can sing. He can sing. He can't sing, but he can sing. He can sing.
But that was weird to me. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of your partners going over there like, "Hey man, yeah, you can rap. He can rap. I mean, he can't rap, but I mean, nigga can rap." You'd be like, "Pussy."
And you and him was cool before that. Y'all was cool.
Yeah, we was cool. That really had shocked me though, no cap. Because bro was on my album. You know what I'm saying?
All right, look at that.
Yeah, he was on my album, but not no more, because I'm like, fuck it.
Nigga said not no more.
Well, yo, he should have been on this album. I tell you that.
I take it the conversation didn't really go too well when you and him spoke.
Nah.
All right, copy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This before you go into giving us more background on this. Hey man, I don't know why people are going on Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo podcast talking shit about people. I don't know if you saw the Tretch talking about 90 by Nature and Vin Rock and KG on there. I believe somebody else went up there talking crazy about somebody else. I don't know what it is about y'all going up there where y'all just feel like y'all just want to going on people, but that's neither here nor there. Not just Jacquees, a couple other people. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know the show. Now, who are these people?
It's Tony Yayo that was in G Unit and Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder is the one that started doing the end of the year raps, like that. Skills was doing that. Skills really introduced to the game.
Okay. I don't know.
It's not in your wheelhouse. I don't expect you to know. I didn't expect you to know.
I am glad you
didn't expect
allow me to be myself, because there's some things I just don't know, and I just be like, oh, okay, you're telling me. So apparently Jacquees also had comments in regards to Mario, Tank, Eric Bellinger, who all can sing. Jacquees under a bridge, being background vocalists, and it's not like they just are doing background. They're also performing on the tour with Chris Brown and
Tank is doing this too?
Yeah. Tank
damn.
is also, so it's a whole bunch of people.
Tank be picking up some little side checks, boy.
Yeah, hey, we're not going to not
No. I'm saying Tank, you go pick up an extra check. He's on to be on a new season of Reasonable Doubt too.
Okay, so
that's what I'm saying, and he went from there right to this.
Yes, so
and he was in the Hell's Kitchen. Alicia Keys' Broadway play.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
That's what I'm
So it
saying. He be
says,
picking up those side
Jacquees.
checks.
Oh, I'm not mad. He got kids. You got
Yeah.
kids in the wife. You got things to take care of.
Yeah, I ain't
And
mad
we
at
know
him.
he also cashed in royalty checks, you know, for certain stuff, and he
And
still
writing, yeah.
writes and all those things.
And he
So
got the dope podcast, R&B Money, man. So shout out to Tank, but keep going.
yeah, he hasn't been on there for a while, so I didn't know if he and the light skinned cat would like if
No, he's been on this tour, obviously.
No, but he was off of that before.
Reasonable Doubt. He was filming Reasonable Doubt.
Okay, well, we'll see if he come back.
Yeah, no. He came back in for like a couple of weeks, and then he went back out. I can think for this tour.
Okay, so Chris.
That makes sense now because I didn't know. I thought he was filming something else. But go ahead.
Okay, well, Jacquees stated in an interview, Streets in the Morning, that he turned down a spot on Usher and Chris Brown's joint R&B tour because he refused to sing backup like other supporting acts such as Mario and Tank, insisting he only wants a main standalone slot. Now, sir, on top of that video and this statement, and also the statements of you being the king of R&B,
and we know it's Bobby Brown.
I just, you know what? Let's start here. If you don't believe in you, nobody will, right?
100%.
So I'm gonna give you that. But baby, you can't sing. You be Ian and belting out whatever other sounds that you make and doing covers. Like you do covers. And you was mad that they pulled down your cover of Ella Mae's song because you were saying that it was better than her version. Nigga,
Of what
where?
song? Of what song?
It was like a couple of Ella Mae songs that he did the cover of. And it was like they filed copyright infringement, as they should. You know, a lot of DJ Mustard produces a lot of her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not have been even just her, but it might have been like the people that, hey,
Trip.
this is our.
It was Trip.
And but it's just like, who do you, nigga, Mario alone can. We lost Daryl, so I'm gonna keep ranting and raving. But Mario alone, like, is one of the most underrated vocalists of our time. And I don't know what that's about, but I know even in me having hard, sensitive ears and wearing hearing aids, I know what my ears don't do is deceive me. And I know that Tank, Eric Bellinger, and Mario can sing way better than your young ass, your little bitty ass. Okay, so and you sitting up here being arrogant. I can't believe he said that. That's my nigga, because he was being polite because you really can't sing, and he probably did your song just to get a check. So he's not gonna be mad that you don't put that fucking song out because if the check cleared, what are we talking about? I just can't believe you sitting up here like, yeah, man, he was moving funny, nigga. He answered the question. He didn't lie. You're not in anybody's top 5. You're not in anybody's top 10. You're not in anybody's top 50. And if you are, I'm looking at them crazy like, oh shit, I don't know if I should trust you because you don't have good judgment. What are we talking about? And then you're gonna say that your comments were not meant to directly diss, specifically calling Chris Brown a mentor and brother, and stated that he still plans to attend the tour stop. Okay. But like, a lot of these people have worked their asses off to get here, to get where they're going. And I don't even know if I believe that they asked you to do it. What was you going to perform when it was time to do the solo song? What was you going to sing? And maybe I'm just out of tune because I hear your stuff and I be like, ooh, I was like, next song. I'm not interested in hearing it. But maybe that's me. I don't know. I know it's people that go to you, that you got fans, you got supporters, and that's cool. But I'm not one of the people that are buying into this. Like, you're not the king of R&B, and that just is what it is.
No, I mean, sorry about that.
I wanted to hear like animal sounds and things. I would turn on YouTube to hear those things.
Do you think he really think he can sing though, Dom? Do you think you really think he can sing though? Like,
no, I don't.
I know. I'm saying the heat. I'm talking about this heat, or is this like somebody challenged him and like, and he thought it was cool to kind of do, and then they just got bigger, and like people start liking it.
A lot of people like mediocrity these days. Let's talk about that.
Fair
Let's stay
enough.
here for a second.
Mhm.
And you know who started this shit? This is white people fault. This is everything to
Oh.
do with white people and
And
white
who's the artist? Who's the artist? Call him out.
patriarchy. No, it's their lives in general. Because white people are allowed to be mediocre without any sort of consequence, and they get to just exist, and black people don't get to do this. And so we've tried to start cultivating things, because we tune into that shit. We got people like this. It's a lot of famous people that are basic, that are mediocre. Like look, black people, black culture has pumped up people like fucking Blueface and Krishan, because people feel more connected to that basic ass ghetto ass shit than they do to excellence. And excellence doesn't mean that you're like Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? Everybody ain't Michael. That's elite. But being great, being able to show up as the best version of yourself, being able to aspire for things. Where are these dreams? Where are your goals? Nobody has fucking imaginations, because motherfuckers don't play outside no more. Motherfuckers don't touch grass. They don't know how to read. They didn't have go to book fairs and shit and buy fucking Goosebumps books.
Goosebumps.
Nigga.
Hey, no, Goosebumps is the shit.
Nigga. I'm like, let me tell you something. When people say, I just did a show where my friend is creating a show kind of similar to, you know, how they do I Love the 90s, or I Love, you remember those series on VH1?
Yep, where they had the talking heads talking about different stuff.
You talk about all this different stuff, and I'm like, man, fuck, let me tell you, Barbie really made my mind expand, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
okay, go with this.
Barbie,
This is interesting.
this bitch had everything. Barbie got the car, she got the houses,
Multiple. The beach house and the regular house.
The dream boat. That's why I want a yacht. I want to, like, oh yeah, you know, I'm off the, you know, Costa Sancho Pay on my yacht. Also, buying a boat, the value depreciates so fucking fast.
So boats depreciate fast too?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
It's a lot of work
to maintain it too.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a waste of money. A lot of people say that. But you know, we have all this stuff every day. Barbie's the bitch at the pivot. Let me tell you that. She was a teacher. She owned a supermarket. She had a bank. She was a veterinarian. She was a doctor. She was a lawyer. She was an astronaut. She did all of these different things. Barbie said, you know what, today? I'm over that. Let me move on to the next, right?
And got us some new Kens.
And look, and just honestly married Ken in the last 15 years. I got the motherfucking doll set up here that say she finally said I do. It was a whole experience. Yes. Nigga, you want to see?
She hadn't been I thought she's married to Ken a long time ago.
Okay, so they were not like officially married. Let me grab it. It's on my shelf. It's on display.
So I always thought people would try to joke and say Ken was gay, and they was his friends, and she was a beard. That was what I was told in college. For those people that may want to go back into the archives, that's what I heard. And I didn't know that was a big ongoing joke. That's funny that I heard for a long time.
Listen, she said yes.
Wow.
Together again.
They broke up for a grip.
Look. They was never officially married. This was the thing. It says they first met in 1961, and it shows the set, and then it shows them at the time I bought this. And what year? 2010, I bought this. I have just moved to LA, and I was working at the Grove, and they had like a whole immersive like experience. Baby. She Dion from Clueless. She motherfucking Basquiat. Bitch is the pivot. And so people don't play with toys. They don't do stuff like that anymore. Remember, y'all, you know, we was playing Power Rangers and shit outside.
Yeah.
Flipping and kicking, trying not to break arms and all of this stuff. Though I do have a homeboy that was playing Power Rangers, and he accidentally kicked a kid that had special needs. They was playing together, and he got expelled. We talk about that on one of my episodes. That's my homeboy Ken Edwin, who's also an Aquarius, and we talk about this. Yes. He
Oh
tells
wow.
But I say all that to say nobody has an imagination. And you want to know what's funny is I saw a post today for this creator, this black creative, and I know his name is like maybe it's like Aaron Jenkins or something. It's on my story. And pretty much what he's saying is that Hollywood stop making original films and stuff for kids. So like how we had Blank Check, we had Rich Rich, and you know, Richie Rich was a comic. I do know that.
Yeah, Home Alone. Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone. He talks about Karate
Like
Kid.
Mike for the black people, like Mike.
He said like Mike. All of these movies that we used to get like that were really with humans. Everything is animated and it's somebody else's IP. And he was talking about the Sonic movie. He was like, they're using somebody else's IP, and that movie don't even have kids in it. How everything is animated. They don't put money into things. And I was like, you know, Hollywood, because they brought in people that run corporations, I'm like, has lost its luster as a whole because of people are boring and y'all just wanted quick, easy cash grabs. We talk about that in the sense of the world in general, how everything has become minimalist. Nothing is colorful. Everything is toned down. And that's how you get people like Jacquees. That's fucking delusional. I was gonna bring it back home. Yeah, I know I got ADHD, so I had to.
The great Jacquees. The great Jacquees.
But I brought it back home, and that's how you get this. Because I'm sitting here, I've never, but again, and I also know everything is not for everybody, and I know they're gonna try to be like, no. I know music. Y'all don't go to church. Y'all don't sing in the choir.
Ooh, that's a big one. There's no church
like
singers
that.
no more.
And so here we have people like that. Who told you that was good? And you know, this is also Trey Songz's fault.
Trey Songz can't sing either.
If we want to keep it a buck, though I enjoyed the Trigger album before all the crazy allegations. Enjoyed the heck out of that album. But this is how we get here. We got to stop making talentless people famous.
Let's make talented people make talented people famous again. There we go.
Yeah, we can make talented people famous again. People work hard. The people that work hard, and I get it. Man, what is that quote? Kevin Durant had a quote one time, and it was like, "Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard." No, bring back talented people. And I get it. Some people, it's just the luck of the draw. And I do believe that when you really work hard and you are consistent, but don't sit up here and say, "Oh, I refuse to sell." Do you have a Grammy, sir?
None.
Do you have a platinum album?
None.
Do you have one of the greatest love songs of all time?
No.
Which I guess technically is not a love song. Let Me Love You is not a look. He kind of dirty macking. But it sounds cute.
It's amazing. I love that. That's my favorite song from him.
Yes.
Since we talking about R&B real quick,
yes.
Make sure y'all tune in to I Only Listen to 90s Music. And we will, after the verses of Joe and Carl Thomas, we will be doing a live post-show recap of the performances and running it down. So make sure y'all tune in for that. Go ahead.
Barbie was fucking Basquiat. This nigga got braids and dreads. You see this?
Yeah.
Iconic. Jean-Michel.
All right. Somebody else that people say he's talented. I don't know. It's fine. Young Thug went to the middle school, invited him up there to talk to the kids. You know, he's been through a lot lately, and you know, it's to help the kids, be there for the kids, all that good stuff. And this is what he says:
whatever job it is, whatever your career is, if you be famous, you're almost as important as the richest person in the world, because like we humans. So fame is like more so like the money for us. Fame is money. So fame is really the most important. It's very important. You gotta You gotta keep up with it. You gotta always make sure it leads you to the right room. You gotta know when it's the wrong room. You gotta know how to move. You gotta move totally different. You gotta move militant. So many things people don't know about fame that's like very important. But some of the things I just named are like really important. You gotta know how to move, you gotta know how to be. Because you end up in like situations, you know. I've ended up in situations.
Okay, wait. I
Go ahead,
got a
Don.
question.
Go ahead, Don.
Now,
Macon, Georgia. It was a middle school in Macon, Georgia.
yes. Now, isn't he not supposed to be within 100 miles of
Macon,
Atlanta?
Georgia is like 150, 120 miles. It's like 2
This
hours.
says 84.3 miles.
Yeah, it's outside of Atlanta. It's far
It's
outside of Atlanta.
definitely outside of Atlanta. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing because it was an elementary school.
Oh, you know what? I think he gets around it if he's doing community service stuff. I think he can go
Okay.
into Atlanta if he does that too. If he's doing community service, he can go into Atlanta too. But
Okay,
only for community
because
service.
I'm
He
like,
can't
is
go out
that
to eat or nothing like that in there, but he
okay?
can do
I was
community
just making
service.
sure because I was like,
Yeah,
first of
yeah.
all, let's start there. But number two, but see, this just goes back. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Fame is the same thing. And
Mm.
so you're not even leading people to it's just like how what was that LeBron James said, you know, we don't need no more athletes. We need people, you know, we need more black doctors. We need more, you know, black people being engineers, lawyers, nurses, all these different things, right? There's more to life than fame. And if you
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
Not a grounded person, if you are not a secure, solid person having a great village, you do not need to be famous. Because, baby, I have seen LA chew up and spit motherfuckers out. And then they chew them up again.
It's been doing that
and
for
spit 'em
decades.
forever. Since the beginning, we've seen these stories happen to people over and over. Look, Marilyn Monroe.
I mean, now I got another. So since we're saying that with fame, and I'll get back into this. I mean, we'll get back into Young Thug. What is it? Because before, I think people always say that LA would eat you up and spit you out. That was kind of like always a thing. But are there other cities now that will do the same thing to you? Is Atlanta?
I think Atlanta could do that. I think New York for sure can
Houston?
do that. I'm gonna say this for real. It's anywhere, but a lot of people that come out here in particular, because he said to be famous, a lot of people initially think about here is the first place they think of. You know, music scene is if you're black, I could see you going to Atlanta or like a Houston, maybe, but more so Atlanta. But if you don't have any sense of direction or anything, you get in the wrong car, especially you get caught up in that Hollywood scene, nigga. I know so many people that have lost everything just being out there, being in that scene.
Damn, just being on the scene.
Yeah, just going out, going to
I
party.
mean, didn't you have a friend that passed away from doing some bad coke?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I mean, it literally, I mean, that song, The Glamorous Life, is real out here.
Shout out to Sheila E.
Yes. And shout out to Eden's Crush for covering that song. He's like, who's Eden's Crush? Eden's Crush was Nicole Scherzinger's first group.
So that
She
before
was-
the Pussycat Dolls?
Yes. Nicole Scherzinger actually got discovered on this show called Pop Stars USA. She was in a group called Eden's Crush, and their big hit that went gold was called Get Over Yourself Goodbye. It must be hard to be you. Yeah, living in your life. I was always the one to cry.
Eden's Crush. Okay.
Yep.
You look
But
like
they
the,
covered that song on there. But Sheila definitely version is way better.
Yeah. But I blame the
that's a
school
real
for this.
thing.
I blame the school for
No,
this.
and I was about to get in their
Why-
ass too.
this is exactly what I think
Why?
Young Thug would say to kids.
Because of all the people, and I understand they trying to connect. Like, oh, we want to reach the kids. So this is somebody hot that they listen to. Like you said, he's been through a lot. And all he can even articulate is, yeah, because the money. No,
He didn't even say the money. He said fame. He said fame more than
he
money.
said something about money, like being able to say. He said that money, you gotta have fame. So like you could. Here's the issue, and my dad says it all the time, and he's like, everybody can't be on the TikTok. Because we think of streamers, you think of Drewski, you think of all these other people that hit on the algorithm that's consistently working against all of us.
Mhm.
We talk about the algorithm all the time. And we can, and how everybody is like oversaturated. The market is oversaturated. Podcasting, it's the same thing. It's oversaturated. But I'll tell you this, when it comes to certain things, like we talk about that, we put it in that work, that consistency. Podcasting, the people honestly never make it. A lot of podcasts never make it to 100 episodes. They don't. They fall off probably like around 20 because you're not seeing the results that you want, and you don't keep going. Listen, as a bitch whose first episode has like 1,500 views and listens all that and more, and then has seen it go down and just kind of be flat. And I'm like, oh, I'm still gonna talk. I'm not gonna give
but
up.
it's also, but the algorithm changed up. You just had to kind of keep it going. You just gotta pick it back up.
What they got to do with anything? I'm out here connecting. This is my therapy, talking to people.
Yeah.
So I think there's so many ways where people can be creative. Like seeing friends, like being on set. I'll tell you this. The movie that I was in, Candid, she produced the project that I was working on yesterday. I didn't sign it, it wasn't like it was NDA or anything. But Candid got sick of trying to sell stuff. Nobody buying your stuff, and you connect with the right people, you meet the right people, and so you're able to find it and put your own stuff out. That movie that I was in won like 8 awards on the short, the festival circuit. And it's a full-length feature film. You know what I mean? You can make your dreams happen. There's other things, but like it's so many other ways to make money, and good money.
And it just, to me, it's. But then I also thought about it. He has to do a certain amount of community service hours, so I start thinking about this. Did one of his management know somebody? Like, I know somebody ain't making it. I'll let you talk over there, and they slipped him some money. Because this don't seem. What principal would think that? Or I would say, if anything, if Young Thug, he needs to come in and do not stop the violence stuff, not career advice. Unless he jumped into that and we don't know, and he just kind of start rambling. And low key, man, his management probably don't give a fuck, and maybe he don't give a fuck, but they need to give him make him do some like public speaking classes, tastemakers or something like that. So because he's going to have to keep doing this because he's got to do community service. But it's sad though that he is in that place. But this is everything I would expect Young Thug to say. He's not saying nothing that I don't believe he was saying. It's Young Thug.
Yeah, that's real.
I mean, what did y'all think? I know people are like, man, he can talk to kids. Yeah, this is what I would expect if Young Thug was coming to speak to my kids.
No,
this is exactly what I expect him to say. And actually, I would expect him to start cussing or something at some point. And at least he didn't do that. At least he didn't do that. At least he didn't be like, and you know, when you get the fame, some niggas might start snitching on you. Like, you know what? And that's why you gotta manage your fame. And I was like, manage your fame? That is the worst advice ever. Every rapper that in our era said, fuck the fame, give me the money.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. These rappers are different than my rappers. And that's what it is. But also I'm always constantly push back because I love hip hop and I love rap. And just because some of these other people want to take another direction does not mean it needs to stay in that direction or only be that is being shown. This is kind of my thing with that. All right. Dom, where am I going up here? Okay. All right. So this gentleman here we're going to be talking about now, he brought up a debate. He's in a turmoil right now. Ray Daniels. He's shout out to Ray Daniels. He's been doing well, podcasting world, been getting into some tizzes online with a lot of people, Charlamagne the God and Wayno and a couple other people. These people you don't care about, but I'm trying to set the palette, Dom, for you. Because I know you don't know who Wayno is. Do you know who Wayno is?
No.
Exactly. It's fine. You didn't know who Ray Daniels was until you sent me this clip, didn't you?
No, I think I've seen him in other clips, but I just didn't remember his name.
Yeah.
But who is Wayno? That's not a producer?
No. Well, he's a former record executive. He has a podcast. He used to be on Everyday Struggle when Joe Budden left. He was the replacement for Joe Budden on Everyday Struggle.
Okay, so I think I've heard the name. So because
yeah. He used to be on Rockefeller. He used to be an exec. Used to be at work for Rockefeller. Okay. So all that stuff. So
close, but no cigar.
Yeah. You was in the area code.
Yeah, I'm proud of
so
that.
He's getting into them. So they he's been getting into those guys. So Ray Daniels this is an older episode I think I've seen with them. He has the brothers from Earn Your Leisure on, and they have this debate that you have presented, and I'm gonna play it now of saying of what Ray had to say that made you send this to me, and I know why, because this is right in your wheelhouse to be upset about.
They got 10 songs with Jay-Z. You got Jay-Z bag.
Listen, there's not a woman alive. I'm sorry, that can beat Rihanna.
Beyonce.
I don't even think so, bro.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Rihanna, the way I assess the careers, Rihanna's career is built on hits.
Yes.
And her being just that don't give a that the culture loves. Beyonce became that, which means that everything she sung, she carried. That's the difference. Like Rihanna is
so performance. That's gonna be a better performance.
So Rihanna
can actually sing better.
Rihanna's getting songs submitted to her, and she's saying yes or no. Beyonce is in the room with the songs being made and making it, tailoring everything exactly for her. I think if I had to rank them, I say Rihanna's number one. You know who's number two? Female, Mary. I think Mary could beat Beyonce. Like Beyonce got some shit, but I think when Mary does, I'm going down.
I'm going down. Cause you ain't around.
I think the order is Reed, Mary, and then.
So I saw this episode, this conversation, the full conversation, and I don't comment on shit. I jumped in on the YouTube comments, and that's because I was pissed off because they were even bringing up like older artists, and these niggas never said Janet Jackson. She'd dust off most of these motherfuckers on this list when she got an album that's got 8 platinum fucking singles on it. 8.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying she would be Beyonce. I'm just saying if you're just having this discussion.
I think if it would be anybody to do a versus with Beyonce, I would probably honestly pick more of a Janet Jackson
or Mariah Carey.
Yeah, and I was gonna
And really more, it's gonna be more fun if it's Janet because they're gonna dance.
Yes. And so I thought it was an interesting conversation. I wasn't mad or anything.
Yeah, but it's wrong. It's wrong. It's a lot to me. It's a lot of recency bias in it, and not looking at. And I'm not saying that you got to say Aretha Franklin or something like that, but I'm talking about within the 80s and 90s. Janet has a platinum single, I think every decade since the 80s.
Yeah, because I think
she got the J. Cole joint from last decade.
What was Design of the Decade?
Design of the Decade is late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
But you gotta think about it: 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010. She got the J. Cole song from late 2010s. Right. All she needs another one, and that might break a record. It might be close to a record for artists. The only one that I'm trying to think of another art
is I think it's so funny because when we think of Beyonce, like Beyonce is what we would say the standard, right? We think of the whole artistry as as a whole, I think I'm not sure if Rihanna would be like, shit, I can't, be
I ain't fucking with
Beyonce.
that.
Yeah,
She'd be like, she would tell you that she ain't
yeah,
fucking with
and that's how
Beyonce
I
or
feel.
like
I'm like, I think
Janet
Rihanna
Jackson.
would say that, and I think for sure, Rihanna has songs that could go toe to toe with some of the hits, right? Because Rihanna comes out music, Ponder Replay. We got SOS, but like when we really think about her hits and stuff like that first album, it was like SOS. You really didn't have nothing else on that.
Wasn't Pond the River was on there too, right?
Yeah, no. Ponder Replay was the first one. That was Music of the Sun. The second
Okay.
one was SOS.
Okay.
And I could be saying them out of order. Because Music of the Sun might be her second album. But then you get to Umbrella, where she has more consistent hits, on a project. Because you get Umbrella, you get what's the other one that she did?
I'm pulling up discography real quick. All right, so the highest selling Rihanna album.
It's probably Anti. I think it's Anti.
No, it is not. It is Good Girl Gone Bad.
Gone Bad. Okay, that was the second. Now that one was a good one.
Third album. It's the third album.
That was her third album. Yes, that's with the lead single is Umbrella. Yeah, Good Girl Gone
That's
Bad.
that's the Umbrella album. Okay, yep.
Yeah, that's the Umbrella one. And then after that, you get Russian Roulette, which a lot of people wasn't fucking with it, because I remember when they was even trying to promote that, they was selling it for $1. You
Wow.
can get the download for $1, and that's no shade to her, but this is post Chris Brown and the incident.
And Anti is the second highest Rihanna album. It's 6 million.
And I can see that, because then you see with Russian Roulette, you see the switch in Rihanna. Like, we get Rihanna that we know now, because now she's really heavy into her fashion bag. Because at one point, if I'm not mistaken, like, Rihanna almost filed bankruptcy because she really know or whatever, financials behind those first albums. And so we see her consistently cranking out projects after that, back to back. And so it's
honestly, Rihanna don't need to come out at all. I mean, if I was Rihanna, I wouldn't even do shit.
Well, yeah, now, but that's the thing. It's just like we still seeing like Beyonce like sharpen her iron, as far as her artistry goes. Rihanna is like whatever. Like, I feel like she probably still has like an album or two to fulfill, because she might have had one of them 10 record deals.
Oh, you goddamn right. You know she did.
So she like, all right, well, I got money over here. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, hey, but I think here's my thing. When Beyonce plays I Care, what is Rihanna gonna play?
I mean, I'm not in tune with neither. I mean, I'm in tune with.
I know you're not in tune, but baby.
But I'm saying, but I'm with their hit singles. My main thing was, you can't dismiss an artist that has so many big songs like Janet Jackson in this conversation. I'm not saying she would beat them.
No, that's true.
But you didn't even bring her up as
I agree with you.
And I had no issue with Mary J. Blige got hits too, though. But if you're talking about a performance and what we're gonna do on a stage in a versus situation, because we know that just push and play on verses is different than when we doing the live thing. We seen a lot of people would be like, damn, I ain't think they was gonna win. But on this stage, is a different thing.
It's different. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you. I don't think that they're in the same category, but I think people are just looking at it like this young man is just looking at it from hit wise, like what was number one, that sound. Like, I would say probably Beyonce just became more of when Rihanna came out, she was a pop star. Like, she was marketed as a pop girly. It wasn't that it was her. I don't recall hearing her on Q95.5 when I was living in St. Louis. She was on Z1077, which is the pop station, Top 40. That's how they marketed her. So I think it's like not the same. And even when we get into anti Rihanna, I would consider that alt or R&B. You know, like the sounds, the experimentation with that. I would say she's kind of, because it's definitely more R&B on that album.
I mean,
and so that's why I was like, this is an interesting
yeah,
conversation.
the Mariah Carey not mentioned is big. She got 19 number one songs. Mariah Carey does.
So I think it's just an interesting conversation, and it's whole definitely sparks great debate. Like, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, could she? But then I just think about that one song. I'm like, what's she gonna play when Beyonce pull that out her bag? You know, and I know when Beyonce plays Partition, I know that she could play Pour It Up.
Oh, pour it up.
Yeah, you know. Which Rihanna, I still want to see the OG original video. What happened? Because that wasn't supposed to be the video. I want to see the original version.
Somebody got it's gonna be on a documentary somewhere.
Because y'all made us wait all that time to give us that. Nah, that wasn't that. That was something else. I remember. And I'm interested to see the original work video when y'all was shooting on the roof of the Target around the corner from my house. Pissed, woke up.
That's right. You said it was on the roof or whatever.
They was on the roof at the Target around the corner. There are screenshots of it. What was you doing up there? What was happening? Were you working at Target?
That'd have been kind of dope for a video, though. If Target want to get back in, that's what they should ask somebody to do.
I'm like, where is that footage? But so certain I could see, but I'm like, but it's certain songs that happen that Beyonce gonna pull out the bag, where it's like, damn.
Yeah.
There are people that I remember. I had a homeboy that was like, okay, so now that this is over, Anti is better than Lemonade, and I'm like, they two different projects, they two different sounds, two different meanings, and I'm like, I think I enjoy Anti for what it is. I enjoy Lemonade for what it is, but I'm not gonna compare the two because it's different. Like, there's different stories that they tell it. Which y'all, Daryl still hasn't listened to Lemonade.
Yeah, no, I got to. I will get it done. And I'm watching the video. You told me to watch the video version stuff.
I told you to watch the video. Yeah, watch
yes, the visual production of it.
Yes.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that.
Really great. It's really good. She love that nigga Dirty Draws, and like I told you before, I don't know what's real, what's fake, but I want my nigga to love me how Beyonce love Jay-Z. Okay.
Well, man, since we talking about love, we're gonna hit some quick ones before we get out of here. Shout out to Maya Boyd, who is Storm in the new X-Men films. She is unknown on the movie side, but she has been on Broadway. And I'm tired of y'all niggas. And I'm gonna say this why. Now we got a brown skinned Storm, and she ain't dark enough for y'all. I just don't understand what y'all always mad about something with it. It would have been any reason. Y'all mad that we talked about with David Johnson playing Black Panther because you wanted a Black American to play him, but then y'all wanted Damson Idris, and some of y'all I guess y'all didn't realize he was British. So like I just don't get it with y'all when it comes.
I didn't know that Damson Idris. Okay.
I guarantee you, if you go online,
Damson Idris.
I bet you somebody go online and thought he was from LA because he played on Snowfall. Mentioning Snowfall too. Did you see the trailer for the new spinoff of the shot? Not the shot, the spot, the shot.
The Snowfall?
Yeah, Snowfall spinoff.
Okay.
You haven't seen Snowfall, I already forgot.
All right. So I started it. I know the premise. But
it's the spot. I mean, it's the drop. Sorry, it's called the drop. Sorry.
Oh, see, I didn't.
It looks good, man. It looks good. You got. Oh my god, you got.
It's Dominique Fishback is in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna watch it because of her. She's a really great actress. So I will be supporting.
And Gail Bean is the main.
Oh, whoops! Where's Dominique Fishback? That's the other girl that I like. But Gail
Bean is the one from she's from P Valley too.
Yes. Gail Bean is in a lot of stuff, but Dominique Fishback is the one that was in Swarm. Sorry.
Yeah, Swarm, man, that was a good joint.
Yeah, where is she?
I'm pulling up her thing now. Let's what she got. Dang, that's the last thing she was in. Was that?
Damn. But here's the thing. Her and Gail Bean probably go for a lot of the same roles.
Yeah, but Gail Bean been really doing. I mean, you saying she could be doing Snowfall? You saying all that Snowfall stuff could have been potentially? She could have been potentially auditioning.
Yeah, I could see them because there's certain people like understanding how a lot of that stuff work now, and if like especially if it's like a certain like, oh, we want her to look like this or whatever. That's what happens. That could be something. If she is auditioning still for stuff, I could see that. And it's like a couple other people. I could see her probably going out for stuff that Chloe might audition for.
Oh,
things
dang.
like that.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna check it out because I do like Gail Beans.
Yeah, I need to get.
My bad. Confuse my blacks, y'all. Confuse my blacks.
Yeah, but you got to check out Snowfall though at some point.
I'm finished. I know how.
Yeah.
I know his mama rat him out.
All right. So here we go. Not just rat him out, lose his money too.
Yeah.
So there was a school that got a whole bunch of materials sent to them, and it's not funny, but it's funny because at first it's funny because it was so ridiculous of what happened here. But here we go.
Middle school gave children an AI-generated map, mostly consisting of fake states.
Mom, did you know that we live in Veneki? And I said, what are you talking about?
That question sent Morris flipping through her middle schooler at Farnsley's brand new agenda, unveiling all sorts of bizarre errors.
The periodic table is just jarbled words. We have new planets called Mark.
In this U.S. map, Louisiana is Lukong, Alabama is Alatome, Illinois is Vitoise, and South Carolina is Sorth Quanto.
Sorth Quanto? What is this, a list of Sith Lords? Is this a map of the Shattered Plains? What are we doing here? Teachers gave this to students. We got Iowa right next to the beautiful state of Goago. Dude, they gave kids an agenda with nonsense elements on the periodic table. And they made parents pay for this. You have to pay $10 to get this agenda.
On Wednesday, nearly a week after Morris told the school, teachers got an email warning of a lot of mistakes between pages 19 and 36.
Dude, you made 17 pages worth of errors. What are you doing? No, not a single adult looked at this before they gave it to children who were trusting these adults to teach them accurate information. How is any kid supposed to go back to the school and take what any of these teachers say seriously now? And to be clear, I don't know who specifically is at fault. I'm sure it's probably not the teachers themselves, and probably like some higher up who printed this out and just told the teachers to give the students this, but it ruins the credibility of every.
All right, I'm good with him.
It does ruin the credibility.
Yeah,
we already have a literacy issue. Okay,
this is in Kentucky, but I think they just got this came from AI and they just printed it out. Nobody checked. They just like whatever.
Yeah, they just sent it to the printers and that was it. And they thought,
or somebody that said fuck everybody in this district too, and they've been treating me wrong too.
And it could be, and because you have to think like this is just not probably one school.
It's Farnsley Middle School. It says it's one school.
Yes, they're the ones that reported it
in Kentucky.
But if you think about, like you said, the district, our agendas, all they do is change the cover, unless it's something super personal. Like it's probably the first couple pages, so probably multiple schools could have gotten this. Because I remember like when we got our like planners for middle school, right? And it was like that Millennium one, and it was kind of like so we all had that planner. So it's more people out here that have that shit. But I think the interesting thing when we talk about education as a whole, and I know that people gonna be upset when I bring up this particular person when we talk about Darius Cooks. We've spoken about him before on this
Crooks. We call him crooks.
show. Whatever. And so now he has transitioned into education. And so he might be subbing or whatever. I know like there's been a lot of issues. I don't care.
He hasn't got his full thing yet. He's working on his full the curriculum, not curriculum, where you have to get your certain amount of hours, teaching hours.
Yes. So which is fine. I go to school. The kids need more people, black, people that look like us in the classroom anyway. And so people are up in arms about the attention he's been getting regarding a post that was posted on the second day of school. And they all are saying it's performative. So my sister also lives in Houston and knows of this district, and she said, girl, that school is not rated high. So how they're trying to say they have this grade A rating and people are sending their kids there, the world will never know. Like, she's spoken to me about this school. And this
it's not a good district in general.
Yes. And so and Texas, they're having a problem in general. Like I know like 400 some teachers quit in the district that she's in. And so I say all that to say, you can be mad, but what he said was true, which is, and people are just like, well, we knew this or whatever. Who the fuck cares? We knew whatever. Y'all not talking about it till now. And so it's a divisive conversation, but I'm like, I just talked about kids being out of touch, not playing outside. I said all the time, man, I don't know, these kids are not our future based on the decisions and the things that they're consuming. We got a problem now.
Yeah.
and we have to rectify that, and not just with the schools and fucking government. You had a motherfucker in the White House trying to run for office a third term. Y'all should have impeached. Why is he not in jail? He was convicted of 42 counts. And the judge was like, oh, well, And like I just told y'all in that clip, if this was some niggas, they would have said them niggas did it. They're not innocent until proven guilty. It's not the same. It's like 40 something items on a recall of food we cannot eat. What are we doing? Well, he said, I don't give a fuck. The nigga's not lying. We know this to be true. We talk about, y'all say, oh, somebody put something, some science did this, and vaccines did this. This is why all these kids have autism and other issues. 1 in 36 kids have autism. Because y'all keep putting tablets and shit in front of them, overstimulating them, got their eyes doing this, and they fucking babies. Y'all not allowing their motor skills to develop. Y'all don't put your kids in walking shoes. Want to put them in Nikes. Yeah, that's cute for a photo. But your kid is learning how to walk, balance, all these things. That's why certain things were made like that. These kids are lost. These niggas look up to Blueface. Everybody want to be online and stream.
He's preaching.
Why? What is the purpose? And this is why I ask people, I'm like, people think you're trying to be combative and be a contrarian when you ask why. Why am I not questioning? Why can't I question this? If you're telling me this is something, but I'm asking you why. Oh, you a bitch. No, like, why? What is your why? What is your why? What is the reasoning behind this? What are the statistics that you have to support this? I need the evidence. Y'all don't do that shit no more.
Woo!
And you wonder why the world is the way it is. Well, my light died. Which is crazy because I charged this motherfucker. We ain't been on here this long.
All right, we got our last topic. This is more of an since we're talking about education, real education. A little bit of Black history. I wanted to drop two different situations with the FBI and the CIA. Since we talk about the government and stuff.
I want a fucking salad. I can't get a salad.
Why can't you?
Because it's playing Russian roulette. Because I'm like, hey, if this letter is the iceberg, and I ain't even eating iceberg lettuce, I want to like a Greek
Just a
salad.
general lettuce.
You like shit. Now, what was the proximity
To
of
the
it being in
situation.
Texas? What other lettuce was in that? What other greens? Kale. You know, arugula.
So some black history. Some black history here. Malcolm X. Did you know Malcolm X actually recorded the CIA, FBI in his talking to him and in his house?
No, I did not know that.
Here we go.
FBI paid a visit to Malcolm's home in Queens and made some fascinating overtures. Now, it just so happens that Malcolm had installed a hidden microphone in his living room and had taped the conversation. And fortuitously, I acquired that recording.
This is a clip from Gil Noble's 1983 Like It Is special report, The Covert War Against Malcolm X. What you're about to hear is a recording Malcolm X made himself, a hidden microphone he had installed under his own couch in his Queens living room. His aide, Earl Grant, rigged it up specifically because Malcolm knew he'd get visitors he needed on record. While he was silenced and isolated from Elijah Muhammad's organization, 2 FBI agents showed up at his front door and tried to recruit him as an informant.
We would be, sure I know, interested in having you help us out.
Help you out do what?
Well, what we're interested in are the people who belong, the names, the members, and the teachings, plans, the programs. What we really want are the names of all those who belong, the names, who they are, the identification.
I don't even know them.
Do you keep no records?
It's not my job. I'm just a preacher.
Yeah, but somebody out there keeps the record.
I don't know who. I don't have any knowledge of those kinds of things. With all these other responsibilities I've had, it'd be difficult for me to worry about names. Plus, you would insult my intelligence. You in fact, no, you would insult your own, because it would mean that your own intelligence isn't heavy enough to weigh me and know in advance what I'm going to say when you ask that question.
Well, without getting into semantics there, you don't know until you ask.
That's not semantics. That again goes into your psychology.
Sometimes money brings out the information. I have no intent to insult you here.
According to Dillon, what's his name, the Secretary of Treasury, this government's money is in such trouble until
you can still spend it.
Still, according to
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, though.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch, though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey, man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And
Peace.
he do regular day jobs. Don't forget that.
your government economists, the dollar itself is in such trouble, a person would be a fool to sell his soul for one of these decreasing dollars.
Oh, yeah, but this has nothing to do with selling your soul. I mean, if you look at it that way, okay.
Yeah,
but
depends on how you look at it.
Sure.
You insult my intelligence. When they, not only they insult me, period. If they think I would tell them anything, there's no government agency that can ever expect any information out of me that's in any way detrimental to any religious group or black group, for that matter, in this country.
Heavy, right? I'm not done. I'm not done with some more. So we end up finding out as well that Louis Armstrong and some jazz music were used to go over to get basically open up a lot of African leaders that, remember, they were getting freedom in Africa from oppression, 40s, 50s, 60s, becoming independent. And they were using black jazz artists, some black jazz artists, as operatives on, and either known to them or unbeknownst to them. So here we go with this.
A documentary I watched some time ago, I forget the name of the documentary now, but on the face of the documentary is the face of Patrice Lumumba. This documentary talks about how Louis Armstrong was actually used by the CIA, sent to Africa on a tour in Africa. And they thought they on this tour in Africa as a cultural exchange and to do music, etc. It turns out that the CIA was actually using them to surveil the country, to gain access to the leaders of those countries, because when a star that big arrives in that country, guess what? The leaders of the country will want to meet with him. And he then later found out that this is what the CIA was actually doing. It's horrifying stuff. That's why, as much as I love what I Show Speed was doing in Africa, there's a part of my conspiratorial brain that looks at this and goes, so this kid came to Africa, went to all of these countries, and was carrying this like Starlink satellite device that he says Elon Musk gave him, which Starlink satellite device is not yet available for public consumption, so he can have fast internet to stream? I'm not making a statement. I'm just saying,
So they surveilling us, and it's not just history that, like you said, the I Show Speed thing is, it just makes you think, especially if you're like, yo, they straight came to Malcolm's crib. It was like, what can you do for us? Since you're not cool with Elijah Muhammad no more, what can you do for us? And I'm like, yo, this shit's rigged. Think about it. Malcolm X. They, even if this, like the Louis Armstrong, they maybe not known that they were doing it. And even, I'm not saying I Show Speed is an operative or anything like that, but I'm saying, but they're going under principle. Man, I'm doing some cool shit, and they using you to get in there because I don't know if you've seen a lot of African countries are pushing back right now against imperialistic countries. Particularly, we talked about Burkina Faso. Remember some episodes ago? I believe the Republic of Congo as well, our Democratic Republic of Congo, and a couple other nations are trying to, and Ghana has been trying to do some things. I'm not saying, and people be like, well, they be doing crooked shit. Yeah, all these countries be doing crooked shit, but they're trying to have their own autonomy outside of imperialism and outside of with the Western world, and being able to own their shit with all those resources there. But it just makes you think, man, like how much. So it's a two things I'm asking you here though, and I'm gonna let you talk. Is there fear of us, meaning black people or brown people, whatever you minority? I'm particularly more black and brown people because those are people they're scared of the most. Is there fear of us because they know what they would do, and because they're doing it with the surveillance of us throughout history, the way they've destroyed all of our different properties, destroyed neighborhoods, destroyed nations, that we will do to them. So therefore that they have to surveil us at a high level because they know if we get a little bit of power that we maybe do the same shit to them as they feel, even though we're not those type of people. But then on the flip side, I think about it with shit. Maybe humans are just humans too, and niggas would be trying to get some get back. Maybe, I don't know, but I just wonder why we are surveilled so much. And it's not just black people; they surveilling a lot of people like this. But why is it with always that when we're trying to get our foot up and do some shit, it's like they always want to be like, not too much though. It's only a couple of niggas through. Right. And it's just, I'll let you talk on it before we wrap up.
I see both points. I think I see both sides, but I think part of it is when we talk about erasure of blackness and black people and our contribution to society. I posted a clip when we talked today on my story. This is so funny that all this stuff is coming back, and it was this Asian girl, and I can't remember her name, like Sandra or something.
Sandra, you talking about Sandra Bland?
No, this is an Asian woman.
I thought you talking about the situation. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, her name is
you talking about Sandra?
Yes.
The woman that did the racial studies, like with the dolls and stuff for little girls and stuff.
No, this Asian woman, her name.
Oh no, this Asian. I'm thinking it's a white woman. I'm thinking.
No. Her, Sophia Chang. Sorry, Sophia Chang is her name, and she talks about cultural appropriation and like the elements that it has in its denigration, exploitation, and erasure. So we talk about that, how Black people, we often get exploited. Like when we talk about a lot of things in general, like they have like African roots. Like there was a Latin guy that was talking about like how a lot of Mexican foods, how they started out, a lot of the base of a lot of stuff comes from like African cuisine and like things from the islands and all that stuff, which, the Caribbean, all of this stuff. And then we talk about K-pop and, all these different things. And the baseline of it is blackness. But we're so caught up, we've allowed the world, well, white people have allowed the world to pump this narrative of anti-blackness. We talk about it's a thing, like we talk about it in it's actually being talked about now a lot regarding Asian culture. How even in like Thailand and all these places, there's these sectors of black people that are Filipino and things like that. Like we're everywhere. I want to research
Shout out to her though, man. She used to be a part of Jive Records, and she used to manage parts of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes, I was gonna say she managed Wu-Tang. And so so when we talk about blackness as a culture, I'm interested in where the great divide happens, where white people come in and disrupt our ebb and flows. Like I always have this theory, just how the young man had his theory, when we think about all the continents being one. And we've spoken about it here. If you believe in evolution, if you believe in
Pangea.
Yes, but if you believe in evolution, if you believe in the Bible, the Garden of Eden, the creation, everything starts in Africa. And so from there, everything happens, continental divide, all this stuff, the world is flooded, all these things happen. And then I was like, I had this theory. I'm like, are white people technically like exiled Africans? So there's this historic.
I mean, so you go into since we're talking about the Nation of Islam, you're talking about Yaqub and the story of Yaqub that comes from a message to the black man. You know that's a story.
So I didn't even know that.
Yeah. If it's in the midst of the black, so Yaqub is another word for Jacob. So Jacob supposedly started. We all want to get too deep into that. Y'all can do some of your research because it goes into that, but it's basically saying that Yaqub made these people. Basically, is the story that's in there. I won't go. I'll let you go do some Googles because it goes into some areas I don't want to cover on this.
But when we think about it, because I'm like, oh my God, that's all. Because like, how can you hate people so much that we just be minding our business? We don't do shit. I mean, we do shit, we be doing shit, but we don't be doing shit to y'all. Like we be doing fuck shit sometimes. But I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. We think about a lot of things that the greatness that we encapsulate as, a race of people, like just the bomb things that we do, the great things. Like even when like a lot of modern living is at the hands of Black people when you think about it. And so it's just interesting to hear this. And we think about and then to go back to even the clip of Keefe and Court, and Homeboy was like, y'all want me to hurt him. I don't fuck with him, but I ain't trying to hurt him. You know what I mean? Like, I have turned my life around. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Y'all got me up here, and I ain't even really trying to talk about this shit or answer any of this shit because I moved on with my life. He's trying to move on with his life, sort of. But you know what I mean? So, like, why would I don't hate somebody that much where I could fuck they shit up. And more you niggas need to be like this nigga in general, honestly. Because we've seen people, like, take the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've seen it time and time again. There are theories about even things that happened with Martin Luther King. Like we see it over and over and over. And it's like, no matter what we do, we're just so resilient. We always figure shit out. And it's just strange to me that like it's still a thing, and like we don't bother people because colonialism has destroyed the world. Capitalism has destroyed the world. Why is it so hot? Nobody want to talk about the data centers. We're not talking about what's going on in Gary. There's 100 and something data centers in like Gary, and these niggas been without power for weeks. You know what I mean? It's white people shit. And all because I want an ugly ass AI flyer. Canvas right there. but we talk about motor skills. No, people not being able to think, oh, you had to pay somebody to do something. Okay. That's cool. Like that's the skills that somebody developed. But I think about a lot of the stuff you say, I'm bringing it home, y'all. I know. But I think it's just really interesting to know that there was a thing then and it's still a thing now. And it's scary. We don't be bothering people. And y'all so obsessed. When we got bigger fish to fry, we can't eat food. These niggas can't read. It's not just niggas. Like that includes Yankees too. Anglo that includes them motherfuckers. And some of y'all millennial parents are fucking it up because y'all not healed. Nigga, they still ain't released the Epstein files. But y'all bothering niggas. And you got Elon Musk calling for Derek Chauvin to be released from prison. What are we talking about? And I think it's interesting what that young man said. Like, oh, I think it's weird that Elon gave iShow speed that's supposed to help his internet go faster. I'm with you, nigga. That's weird.
Yeah.
Why you fraternizing with the ops? Y'all gotta think smarter.
All right, Dom. Where can people hit? Thank y'all for listening as always. Where can people hit you up at?
You can find me at St. Angeles wherever you social network.
Stone Cold Freaks, what we got going on?
You can find us at Stone Cold Freaks on YouTube. We are available wherever you podcast. So you can come over and support us. I see you Aquarians. I love y'all.
They've been checking in.
Comment and check out stuff. Y'all know I'll be late to the comments sometimes, but I get there. I get there, okay? Don't care how I get there. I'll get there when I can, okay? As well as there's a new episode of Whiskey Sour out with my homeboy Jay White. It's been a while since he's been on there, and we have just such a great, honest conversation. Talk about life, podcasting, and all that stuff. So yeah, just pull up on your girl.
Yeah, hit her up. Like, go through, subscribe, watch too.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all hit us up on the voicemail 314-649-3113.
Please leave a voicemail.
Yeah, please, for me. Somebody leave a
voicemail.
Somebody leave a voicemail. You can just say, hey, I like the show, and then I'll play it live on the show. But man, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.